Hi everyone, Steve Ambrose here at Innovacer's booth 2216 at HIMSS23. I'm here with Jimmy Bresee, a sales engineer for Innovacer. Jimmy, nice to be here with you today. How are you doing?
I'm doing quite well. Great to be here with you today.
Tell us a little bit about why you're down here at HIMSS, as well as a little bit about what you do for Innovacer.
Yeah, absolutely. Innovacer's here because we have a number of cutting-edge solutions that we're ready to bring to market, and I am personally here today to help introduce those solutions to our customers, to new customers, and really anybody who wants to learn about what it is Innovacer does, as well as helping to understand how we can help solve their biggest business problems.
So Innovacer has released 6 new solutions they announced at HIMSS. One of them is a conversational AI tool called Sara. And what do you have for us today?
Yeah, I'm actually going to walk you through a quick demonstration of Sara. This is our brand new conversational AI. It's powered by natural language processing, and it's designed to help one of the age-old challenges in healthcare and healthcare data, which is how do you take the story that data is trying to tell you and bring it up to the people who are making decisions based on that data. So what I'm going to show you is how an executive or another leader inside of an organization can ask questions of the data in natural language and get the answers that they need to do their business.
Okay, Jimmy, take it away.
Absolutely. Well, let's go ahead and jump right into it. What you're going to see here is a quick look at how Sara can actually help leadership and healthcare organizations to find the answers to their most pressing questions without having to go to a SQL engineer who's going to have to spend weeks building this query. So, the first thing that you'll notice here is that we are going to ask a question of Sara. And in this case, we want to say, hey, Sara, show me the per member per month cost for 2021. The per member per month cost is $922, but maybe we want to get a little bit more specific. Maybe I'd like to learn a little bit more about a particular service line or category of patients. So I'm going to refine that question just a little bit more. I'm going to say, Sara, you know what? Tell me a little bit more about line of business. When we break this down by Medicare and Medicaid, what you're going to see is that number actually shifts pretty dramatically. And we might want to take an even deeper look here. So we can see for Medicare, we're at $1,215 per member per month. Whereas for Medicaid, we're only at $822. Let's see if we can slice that a little bit more finely to get some answers that will help us to make decisions in our business day to day. I'm going to ask another question. Let's go ahead and limit this to Medicare patients with risk score greater than 1.2. And you can see that in this case, we're up to $1,570. We can even show the top 10 patients. So now we know, for example, that Joy Lawson, Isabella Parker, and Abby Smith are some of the most expensive patients that we have with the highest risk score. And we've done that in just a few natural questions to Sara, rather than having to go write a query or interact with a dashboard. Instead, in just a few steps, as a leader of an organization, I can get the information that I need to make strategic decisions for my business or for the care of my patients. So this is a really transformative way to interact with that underlying data. It's high velocity, it's highly accurate, and it's highly user-friendly. We think this is going to be a real change in the way that leaders in the healthcare IT space interact with the data that they've been working on collecting for years.
Jimmy, really interesting. I wanted to follow up on that with a question on the types of healthcare organizations that this can be used by. Healthcare providers and then even more?
Absolutely. This is a solution that's been developed to work across the healthcare IT industry. So you're going to see this be useful in provider organizations, but you're also going to see this get used by payer groups, potentially life sciences organizations. Really, the sky is the limit with technology like this. There are tons of things that you can do when you can actually ask questions of your data and get the answer. And to some extent, everybody in healthcare is going to want to be doing something like this, whether you're a payer or a provider or something else entirely.
And what are some of the chief or biggest challenge areas that right off the bat you can see this, affecting?
Yeah, absolutely. Many of the organizations that I've worked with in my career in healthcare IT are constantly working to develop new ways to ask questions of the data. They spend a lot of time and a lot of resources getting answers to those questions. And a lot of times those answers aren't particularly timely. Sometimes it can take weeks or months to develop a query to actually get the answers to these kinds of questions. So having the ability to simply ask a conversational AI to get you those answers can get you just right, just in time information right at your fingertips simply by asking a question.
And showing this at the booth over the last few days, what are some of the questions you're getting from attendees, or some of the more common questions?
Boy, the most common is, when can I get it? But honestly, there's all kinds of questions that we see here. It's, can it help me with these types of questions that I might be asking? How can it help me solve for specific queries that I might want to run? But really, as I say, the biggest is, when can I get this? There's really quite a bit of interest in this particular solution, given that it's so simple, it's so elegant, and yet provides such great capabilities to the organizational leaders who are going to be using it in very short order.
Jimmy Bresee, thanks for your time today.
Thank you so much. Pleasure talking to you, Steve.
This is Steve Ambrose, broadcasting live from Innovacer's booth 2216 here at HIMSS23. We invite you to come down, take a look at Sara and the other new products that Innovacer has just released into the healthcare community at HIMSS. And there's plenty of people here to take you through and show you how it can help your healthcare organization.